Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, and I love helping women align with their life purpose using ancient wisdom so that they confidently and courageously live the amazing lives they know they deserve. It's all about the goddess-centered lifestyle. And I just wanted to pop on this morning because something that's near and dear to my heart right now is talking about the the experiences of Black women. I just need to get on and say something. If you're not here in the United States, if you're not even fully plugged into the news cycle, you may not know that there is an attack against a Black woman who is in leadership for Black Lives Matters. And what this is bringing up for me is I'm not going to lie, I'm very triggered. And so I wanted to get on today and share my thoughts about why it's important for us, first and foremost, to make sure that we watch the way that what kind of language are we using for ourselves, and to understand this moment. Now, I'm going to tell you right here, right now, I am committed and devoted to voters' rights. Okay. That is the thing that I am most involved in when it comes to activism. And so for Black Lives Matter, I don't keep up with everything that Black Lives Matters does. I donate to the organization. I support efforts. If I need to do something to help y'all out, Black Lives Matter. If you're listening and you need an astrologer or somebody who knows astrology, I got you. Okay. um, but that's not my number one thing. So I don't know everything that's going on with the organization or anything. So I'm just being clear about that. But let me tell you what this is triggered for me is the attack on a Black woman who is successful, who is making money, and who apparently, I was just explaining this to some friends. What's really happening is Black women, it is being shown what has always been true about us. And when I say Black women, I'm saying everywhere around the globe, but especially here in these United States of America. Black women, we have always been the backbone of this society. And so I need folks to understand the level of rage that we have, not having control of our bodies, even more so than other women in this country. Okay, now I'm also putting in this category, even though I can't speak fully for this group, the indigenous women of these United States. These two groups of women, they must be supported at all cost. We must support ourselves because the psychological warfare that has been happening to keep us at bay because of our power and the message that matters the most to me. I had made this post that we double down on our support of Patrice Colors as well as Black Lives Matter. And I want to reframe that is we need to double down on our support, on our efforts, Black women, and I'm going to say also the indigenous women of the United States, that we double down on our efforts to be successful and to support one another at all costs. This is so important because what ends up happening, it kind of goes back to the way I see it, what is the letter? It'll come back to me. Somebody will put it in there, but the letter, sometimes y'all, my brain, I have a certain placement that it creates a space where there's nothing there. It's like, I know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I can't call it up. And then I have wounding and trauma from my childhood that helped me to survive, which is about erasing certain things. So it'll come back to me. But the letter that was written, all of us Black folk here, we know what this letter is that was written in these United States that was like, how do you keep Black folks enslaved? And so it goes back to that. All you got to do is take down like the strongest and anyone that shows empowerment and the possibility of getting free and moving forward and getting out of the grips of control. take them down, and it'll scare all the rest of them. Willie Lynch, there we go. Came back to me, the Willie Lynch letter. And that's how I see this moment right now with this sister. It's a Willie Lynch moment. Take her down and you're gonna set back everybody. But see, what folks don't understand, when you take down a black woman, when you do not elevate the indigenous women of these United States of America, then one of the things you are doing is you are setting back everybody. Okay. I feel like this moment is a Miss Silly moment when she was talking to Mr. in The Color Purple. Until you do right by me, everything you do gon' crumble. And so I am getting on. Also, something else that I want to say is, sisters, we've got to channel this rage. And this is one of the reasons why I'm relating this before we leave this Aries season today. We've got to get a handle on how are we going to move this rage that we have within us. I'm going to tell y'all, a lot of times I don't say half the things that I'm thinking about because I can't say it without being enraged. That's why I'm on right now. I'm like, you know what? I've got to find a way to move this rage in a way where I can use it in a way that's positive, because this is what Aries is about. Aries is the warrior energy. Aries is it is pure raw energy. And if we think about this kind of energy in terms of Ogun, the warrior Ogun, everybody knows Ogun will just go through and just wreck everything and without thinking. It's just like something touches that inner rage and Ogun shuts everything down. And so we have this within us, most of us Black women. I also think it's indigenous women. Some of us channel it into depression because we're afraid, we're terrified. I'm afraid, I am terrified sometimes of what I potentially could do if I let this rage just come full on out in this world. And so what I'm saying is, we can take the rage though, and we can channel it. We've got to heal it up, or heal ourselves up enough to be able um, to channel it in a way where we're not going to just level everything. But if we don't channel it, then what ends up happening is it stays stuck in us. There's a reason BIPOC women are so sick in this country. I'm not quite sure about everybody else, but in the United States, there's a reason that Black and indigenous women are so sick. We have a lot of rage, and we don't want to unleash it on everybody around us. So we keep it contained in us. And then, of course, it's just like stuff just gets tacked on and piled on. And so we have got to understand that it is good, it is healthy, it is required of us to find a way to find something that we can channel the rage into. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm hearing to tell you all, the white women, all the women of the world, not just the white women, every color, every nationality of women, all of us need to channel this rage, because there is an oppression on the feminine energy. And so it behooves all of us to figure out how to channel it. But I tell you, those of us who have been oppressed in places like the United States, because I'm not going to act like we're the only ones. When I think about my babies over in Africa, little girls being sold into, it's all kinds of places like this. But I, a lot of times hear about what's going on in Africa because that's what I study. But I know it's happening around the world. Little girls being sold into marriage. There is an attack, and it behooves every woman who has the power within her to say, you know what, I have this tunnel to channel this energy through, and I'm not afraid to do it. And I know as I channel this rage, it will, in fact, make a positive difference. And when I channel this rage And when I say, I'm not having this today, when I channel this rage, because we can transform and transmute our energy. When I transform and transmute this energy and channel it into my business, into whatever is your thing, okay? Because everybody ain't called to have a business. Some of us gonna be working with organizations. Some of us gonna be in corporate America. Some of us are gonna be doing whatever it is, art. Y'all know I love the artist, and I channel it into that. It will make a positive difference. We can no longer be afraid of the rage, okay? And we can use it to do something positive, beneficial, revolutionary in this world. And I had said I was going to make another video, but I'm going to mention it in this video. Part of this time is about social unrest and activism and change, radical transformation and change. And it's about bumping up against the system. We all have to figure out how we're going to do that. But it is our time. And so I encourage you, I implore all of the women, because let me tell you something, when you support a woman who is under attack and saying, I'm standing my ground, you can attack me if you want, but I'm standing my ground. When you support her and we get through it, then essentially that whole situation unlocks and unleashes power and positive transformation for all women. Okay. So, how about we double down on our support of any woman who is under attack? How about we double down on channeling our rage so that, first and foremost, get it out of you? And secondly, the way we will choose to get it out of us is through, what's your gift? What's your talent? You know, what post you want to make where you raise your voice and you speak up, or what family member you're going to argue against. I have people that's arguing against their families because their families are bigoted and their families are, a part of the problem. Whatever. I don't care. It doesn't have to be on Oprah level. Okay. Nobody said that. If every woman just goes on ahead and says, you know what? I'm channeling every piece of this Oya energy, every piece of Pele. There's a reason we're going to start seeing more and more volcanoes erupting. Pele is like, I'm not having this no more. It's over. It's time to unleash. It's time to let folks know we are not playing. China Master, Sekhmet, Kalima. We got to call on these energies. The terrible goddess, yeah, folks scared of her. You know why? Because she don't play. And that's where we need to be right here, right now, today. Do we take that time to engage our Yemaja, our mother energy, and love on ourselves? We don't want to be bringing this kind of energy, the terrible goddess energy, to our families. But I tell you what, we're doing it anyway because we're keeping it locked inside of us and we're depressed and we are, engaged in all kinds of low-key addiction and settling and all that. So we may as well realize, okay, I can be mama, I can be loving, I can be Oshun with my partner, as long as my partner supports me. Because let me tell y'all, we gotta fight it at home too sometimes. Everybody ain't comfortable with the strength of women. It's not my problem. It's not your problem. Okay. But we can be loving and Oshun like and my Atian like with our lovers and our, life partners. And we can be Oya. We can be Kalima, channeling this energy of strength and power and rage and support of other women into this world. I hope that this is well taken. Grand Rising. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you, Johnny J. Hi, Shayla and Maya and Deva. All these beautiful sisters. Good. Yes. It's a lot that we need to do. Maya mentioned taking a herbal bath. It's a lot that we can do to heal ourselves and begin to clear the energy, some of the rage. We can just release it, we can release it through our rituals and understanding, am I in a releasing cycle? Every time the moon is waning, this is a good time for us to, release some rage. I'm actually taking a course right now, and one of the things the lady says she does is rage dancing. So hopefully I'll learn a little bit more about that and can share that. There's ways for us to channel our rage, but I think that it's important for us to understand that we have this rage for a reason. And some of it is energy. It just needs to be transmuted so that we can fight the power. All right. Yeah. We will not be silenced, and we will support our sisters. I'm not telling you you have to support Patrice, but I'm imploring you, when we see women under attack, some kind of way we've got to show support and solidarity. And if a woman turns out, which I'm not saying this about um, Patrice, but what I'm saying is, when our sisters are out of order, because we are not ourselves. We are operating outside of ourselves a lot of times because of the rage, because of the oppression, because of all of the lies that are swimming around up here. We out of order some days. And we'll have to deal with that. But this situation, that's not what's going on. This situation is an attack on women, Black women, and I'm including my indigenous sisters. Um, Rising to the occasion because our power is great and they know it. And so, we just can't have it. We cannot have it. Hey, May, what I'm going to say is, first and foremost, I think it's just so important. She asked, how do we channel those energies? I think first and foremost, it starts with your own spiritual practices. This is one of the reasons I just go on and on and on about the spiritual practice. It is so important because what ends up happening is, first of all, we're collecting energetic clutter and debris day in and day out. We have all kinds of energetic cords connected to other people. And so just day to day, we need to be clearing our energy. We need to be balancing our energy. And we need to understand our cycles. Sometimes we're in a healing cycle and all of our stuff is coming up because this is what the universe is saying it's time for. And we are doing everything we can to shut it down, which means now we didn't get rid of it all. And we got to wait for the next clearing cycle to come through, which means it's like double the stuff that's there. So understanding, when are you in a healing cycle? What phase? When is it time for you to release and let stuff go? Now, I say daily, we should be releasing stuff from our energy. But when it comes to the what's deeper, then there might be times where you have to do something more healing and therapeutic. Now, one of the things that I had to learn that I really want to encourage you to do, invest in yourself. Okay, there's some times where you might need to spend at the upper limit of your budget on whatever it is that you need, whatever healing modality that you need. I have found that spending that money or investing resources, finding resources to invest in myself, is the only way to really begin to tap into this deeper healing energy. Because what ends up happening is, when you hire somebody to lead, guide, and direct you in your healing, it forces you to get it done and you feel supported, because that's a lot of times why we don't channel it. So like, man, when I open this door, I'm not quite sure I'll be able to close it. And we're like, we don't want to be Ogun debt, where we're just looking around like, oh my God, I just killed the whole village. So we have to invest so that we can feel supported. And so I believe in investing. in finding ways to heal yourself. It's a lot of people I'm finding more and more um, women, Black women, Indigenous women, women of color who are in therapy. They are going into therapy more and more. And we have to have, you know, this whole rainbow of therapists because a lot of us need to go into therapy. It may be for some of us, and I've been so resistant to leading people through initiations. But honestly, I'm beginning to see why I need to maybe go on ahead and just start doing this on a regular basis, helping people initiate, because that's what initiation is about. Initiation, when we think, a lot of people think in E5, but there's other initiations that you can go through. Um, but when we think initiation, a lot of times it's like, okay, I'm gonna get my lekes and I'm gonna be called a priestess, or I'm gonna have, whatever tools, and I'll be able to do readings for people or whatever. But initiation, honestly, is about peeling away the layers of the onion. Another way that I think is easy to do is to commit yourself to something. Commit yourself to a goal. I don't talk much about what it's like being a business owner. um, that is part of the way that my onion is being peeled. For me to show up on video like this, it has taken me doing a lot of inner work. And so part of how we are able to peel away and get to that stuff that's within us, that deeper stuff within us, is we can devote ourselves. And when we see, I'm scared, I'm terrified, I'm having problems, I'm having a block, I can't get this done, I'm stalled. And whatever this thing is that you've committed yourself to, it might be a project, it might be a spiritual practice. Like maybe you say, for a year, I'm going to meditate every day for 20 minutes. That's hard. Or do mindfulness practices every day for 20 minutes. That's not the easiest thing to do. People would be amazed at how many people fall off on their spiritual practices within 30, 90 days easily, if not sooner. So it doesn't matter what you devote yourself to. It just needs to be something that you actually are committed to. And what ends up happening is you can begin to create this experience that will help you to tap into that inner what's there and know it's there. I think that one of the best things that we can do is to be okay with the fact that it's there and not be afraid of it. And then once we have ourselves feeling good, then it's like I'm separated from the rage to a certain degree. It's like the rage is a thing, but it's not who I am. And then once I can realize that, then I can just pick that thing up, that rage, and begin to channel it in the way that I desire. And so for many, many, it's a lot of times when I'm like, I cannot get on and say anything on my YouTube channel about what's going on. Because the level of rage, y'all would be like, she's crazy. I would be on here screaming and yelling like a lunatic. But no mas, I'm going to start talking. So I hope that helps you, May. I will not be silenced. That's right, Johnny J. I love the post that you've been making. So just keep going, Johnny J. Okay. Do not stop these posts that you're making. Your post, that's why I keep liking them. When I see them, I like them because I'm like, this is the kind of message, even if it's your own healing, this is the kind of message more women need to hear. So keep making those posts and don't let anybody stop you. I believe in therapy 100%. And there potentially is some historical something when it comes to therapy. For Black people here in the United States, I know for sure. I'm not sure about other groups, but I know about Black people. But I'm sure other groups have taboos. But some of it is because we weren't the therapist, and you can't go talk to somebody who doesn't have your experience, or at least don't have that sensitivity, and who could, weaponize what you're sharing with them. And a lot of people cannot handle our rage. They cannot. They cannot. This is why I'm like, go find you a good therapist who has done her own work or his own work and understands and can handle it. Okay. So I believe in that. I'm about to cry. I've been saying I want to invest in some dance classes to help me connect to my body more and release energy from trauma. And I feel like that message was for me. I deep bow, Deva. Yes. Um, the racket or the mind trick that they play is, I mean, like, that's so selfish of you to invest in yourself. Yet what do we see the rich and famous doing? Whatever they want to. The rich and famous invest in shaman, they invest in astrologers, they invest in plant medicine, and they invest in all the stuff they tell us not to invest in. And so it's just a game. And I have not been able to move forward doing it cheap. It's like, oh, I'm on a budget. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I don't deserve to really spend much money on myself because, I really don't have a salary. I work part-time, but it was not really much money, just a little extra pocket change when I was teaching dance and fitness. And finally, last year when I turned 50, I was like, man, I'm going to go downhill. I was already spending major money because my body with perimenopause just got so whacked out. And I was like, you know what? F it. I'm just getting ready to start dropping as much money as I can. I'm not condoning or saying go into debt, but as much money as your budget can handle, I will drop that money. And that's when I began to really see a difference, that I was willing to, first of all, the more money you drop, then that person is like, I'm making a commitment to you. See, I don't think people get that. When you find the right person you want to work with, let's say it's a dance instructor. I have been a dance instructor. I was the most devoted dance instructor. I showed up every day. My thing was, hey, you pay me, I will be here for you. Now you got to find the right dance instructors, because we dancers and artists, we can be a little flaky at times. And you know why? It's because we haven't gone and gotten massages and stuff. I can tell you, any dancer that's a flake, they don't have enough money, and they don't have enough self-care going on. That's it. Lack of self-care. It makes us flakes. Um, but what I have found is when the people set up the offers for whatever whatever this thing is that I feel like I want to invest in, but let's just use your example, Dava, dance. They are saying, let me tell you something. There is not one dancer I know that is like, I don't care if people don't come to my class. Most dancers are like, where are they? I'm here, and where are these people for this class? Like, people want to show up and teach. And so they are saying, I'm going to be here for you. You don't have to make up your own choreography. You don't have to know the steps. I got you. That's how I see investing in yourself. It's somebody is saying, I have this gift and I will be here to support you. And I give thanks for the cheap offers, or the low ticket offers is probably the better way for me to say it, because cheap doesn't mean lack of value. Okay. Because I've have low ticket offers and they offer more value than what I'm charging probably. But the low ticket offers we give thanks for, because they at least give access. If you don't have a lot of financial resources, if you don't have access to these resources naturally, then you have those offers. But when you can, invest in therapy or invest in, I know one lady, she told me for her 50th birthday, there's a woman who has a stretch program, and like, it's not even anything super exotic. It's stretch, but it's a special kind of stretching. She went to this women's retreats. This is, of course, before all of the lockdown happened. For her 50th birthday in Jamaica. And so I was like, when she said that, I was like, oh my gosh, wow. She was like, yeah, I even took my daughter. I'm like, wow. And her daughter's a minor. So I'm just saying that, yeah. And she said the woman changed her life. Like her life became different and better because of this, this investment. That's how I see when I pay this money, I'm making an investment. And this investment provides the container and support that I need in order to keep um, moving forward on my healing journey. And so I encourage you, I implore you, because again, like I said before, when we don't do this, most of us just sitting around and it looks like, oh, I'm just chilling. But no, we're just trying to not F stuff up out of rage, or we're just trying to not completely and totally lose it because we have whatever's going on inside of us. It might be wounding, it just might be, and it might be something else where you're just like, I don't know what to do. I'm sitting on it because I don't know what to do with this. And so it just looks like we're scrolling and just sitting there and, you know, we're eating, watching TV. I have one friend who reads romance novels. She's like, I've got to stop reading these romance novels. But it looks like we're just like decent people going to work, coming home, chilling. But honestly, the majority of us know, no, I'm just trying to not F stuff up. I don't really know what to do or where to go right now. And so that I don't F it up or don't F somebody up, let me just sit here. Versus, okay, I'm going to go on ahead and make this investment. And it's not all about unlocking the pain. Who wants to sit around and talk about their pain all the time? Nobody. But sometimes when you make that investment in yourself to go take that dance class or to go get that massage, to get that reading. Johnny mentioned she got a reading with me before. Pay that money for that reading. Then, and not everybody does readings like me, but I see readings as an opportunity for me to just be hyper focused on that one individual. And to love on them during that reading and to, be supportive with using wisdom. Not everybody's like me because I'm very picky about getting readings because I'm like, I want to be loved on. Or maybe you want to go get chiropractic. That's one way that I love on myself. Or take a class that's about learning. I recently just found a small class on human design. Everybody's talking about human design. Or maybe invest in, which of course I'm not advocating Audible, but because it's owned by Amazon and I do not like that company. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I use Audible. Invest in something like an Audible so that you can listen to, however many books you want to, if you get that kind of membership with them or whatever, if y'all know another company that is, better when it comes to how they treat their employees and not just a bad company, let me know. I'm willing to invest in something new, or maybe you've heard about a detox or a cleanse, some nutrition course. I recently have gotten into learning more about the lymph. If y'all, I don't think I did that I can't remember what I did on Saturday for the live that I did, but I'm getting more into understanding the lymph. So I invested in a class on the lymph system so that I can take care of my lymph system. I'm a Pisces. If you're Pisces, you need to take care of your lymph systems, the stars and brothers. Or let's say you're in Aries. Maybe you need to be, or we're in Aries season, you're in an Aries phase. Maybe you need to invest in a personal trainer. The list goes on and on. Maybe some of us need to invest and go down to Jamaica, not for the stretch retreat. Let's just go. I don't need a reason. I just want to go to Jamaica. Let me tell you where I really want to go. I want to go to Dominican Republic. Oh my God, I want to go. Yes. Whatever our ministry is, it is valuable. All right, Dava. She said she wants to see my rage. All right. The reading was on point. All right, Johnny J. Yes. Man, to me, that was a moment. I have released that man, God. I give thanks for my strength to release Ashe. And we lock and seal that in for Johnny J. And so I'm going to tell y'all, I won't give all the details, but I saw that she was being attacked. Um, and I was like, and this is someone who is not well known. You know, she's someone I know through YouTube, and we have connected in other places. We have some connections also through friendships and just on social media. She was posting about an experience that was happening for her, and I was like, got it. She under attack. She's under attack. We must rise to the occasion and help this sister out. Like, we've got to do everything we can. You know, I lit some candles and called on Ogun to surround her and protect her. And I've never actually met Johnny J in person. Okay. I don't care. I don't need to know you. I don't need to see you. I will call on Ogun for you to protect you. Okay. So, yeah, it's so important for us to make sure that we support one another's healing. But first and foremost, you heal, you do your healing. Invest in you. Every time you feel like you want to fix somebody, just check with yourself first. Let me see. Have I fixed that in me first? Have I already fixed that in me? Okay, I have. Okay, cool. I can help someone else. I'm gonna put my mask on before I put somebody else's mask on. And sometimes the people that we're trying to help put their mask on, they good people. There's nothing wrong with them. But we must be cautious. Grand Rising. Oh, it's my honor. It's my honor. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to run. I didn't plan on coming on today, but I was like, you know what, David, this was a part of my rage moment. I'm like, I'm getting ready to get on here and talk about we must, we must stand in support of the Black and Indigenous women of the United States, of women around the world, Black women around the world. I just really just see so many of us just, wow, this is why I love the younger generation. There's something different about the millennials. I know folks be bashing in millennials, but y'all are the predecessors to the next generation. So millennial is Pluto in Scorpio. And then the they call them Zoomers, Gen Z, are Pluto in Sag. That group right there is very different. The millennials, they're shaking things up. And then the Pluto and Sag generation, they have a different mindset. And so I give thanks. Like, there's this one that I met in a group coaching, and she's 25, and just like, you can tell she's ascending in terms of like her expertise, and she's going to be making a lot of money if she's not already making a lot of money. Only 25. And I was like, keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't let none of this, the storyline that so many of us have taken on, that the millennials are like, I've got to heal from this. My generation, oh my God. And earlier, I'm like, oh my God, we're awakening. But yeah, I focus on the millennials and younger. No, I don't. No, I don't. There's a lot of women I know my age who actually, we are awake. And so my goal is to help us to realize we've got to stand up and speak very loudly and strongly for the young women who come behind us. Actually, I love 40, 50, and 60 plusers because, yeah, we're in a different phase where we feel a little more liberated and free, and we have figured some things out. And so my goal with this group is, like with myself, is to figure out our voice and to say it, put it out there, because everything is so digital. The Pluto and Capricorn generation, even Pluto and Sagittarius, they will be like, okay, what were they saying? What were they doing? My generation, Pluto and Virgo, Pluto and Libra, um, Pluto and even Pluto in Leo. We're respecting the Plutos and Cancers. That would be like the Maxine Waters out there. Um, Kamala is Pluto and Virgo. Um, let's see here. Pluto and Sag. That probably is that Stacey? That's probably like a Stacey Abrams for those of you who know US politics. I'm just trying to paint the picture is why we're so different. And I just say we've got to honor and respect the Pluto in Cancer and Leo. Okay. We got to respect it. The Plutos and Virgos, we've been like the lost children. So hopefully we'll figure it out. Pluto and Libra, I really like that generation. I think that they are going to help, you know, they're going to be great elders when it's their turn. Um, and then the Pluto and Scorpio, y'all got to get healed up. And then the younger generations, yeah, y'all are just busting through a lot of barriers and, you know, the storylines. We just got to make sure that the weight, you know, it doesn't weigh you down too much and that you can actually keep going, keep going. So, yeah, all of us have our role to play. What part of the legacy will you pick up? And the first leg of the legacy is heal yourself. Oh, let's see here. Yes, Nirvana, H2O. Erica, I love that. Okay, they have zero tolerance. The older generation has a tendency to turn the other cheek. Yeah, it's they actually are some of the strongest people I've ever met. Even though half the time I'm just like, "What are you doing? What are you? This is not working." We've got to take the power from them and use them as wise counsel and examples. But oh my gosh, this is how I don't judge because I understand it's a lot of generational stuff that's true that describes these different groups or whatever. And yeah, Pluto and Libra. Yeah, the Pluto and Libra generation I really love because y'all, Libra's about balance. And so, yeah, y'all aren't elders yet. I'm not even an elder because I'm at the end of Pluto and Virgo. So I'm just starting my trek into being an elder, but I'm not even an elder yet. But once y'all become elders, the Plutos and Libras, I think y'all are going to do a really good job just because y'all are going to bring more balance. Pluto and Scorpio, the millennials, y'all just here to wreck stuff. Do that thing. Pluto in Capricorn. Yeah. Well, Johnny, are you sure about that? Pluto and Capricorn. No, you're Pluto in Scorpio because of your age. That's how I know where people are. Pluto and Scorpio. Yeah, Pluto and Scorpio is I love the millennials. They are here for it. Y'all got the hand claps going on. Also, I remember seeing, and then I'm really going to leave because I need to get going and some things I need to take care of. But I remember looking at this article that was, or maybe it was on Instagram about who's on what platforms. And like Facebook is Pluto and Virgo. But I also think that the earlier generations, Pluto in Leo and Pluto in Cancer, are on Facebook. Um, I heard that Instagram is for the millennials. That's like if you want to connect with millennials, get on Instagram. And what is it? TikTok for Gen Z. Probably it's going to be for Pluto and Capricorn also. Pluto and Scorpio. Yeah. I know your age, so I know it's Pluto and Scorpio. Because if you look at when was Pluto in these signs. Now there are some Plutos, there are millennials who have Pluto in Libra because a planet will leave for a little while and then come back, but you're still a millennial. You sort of like the end is like you're a blend of Pluto and Libra and Pluto and um, Scorpio, but millennials, I think the upper edge of millennials is probably like 38, 39, something like that. And then the younger ones are maybe 26, 27. Probably Erica, you are Twitter, that's good. Pluto and Virgo. Pluto and Virgo for Twitter, no question. But I also think that's a millennial platform too. But at millennial, Pluto and Virgo, uh, Libra and Scorpio, Twitter, no question. But everybody's on Twitter if they're in politics too. So you'll find some of the older generation there. Um, but for 47, that should be Pluto in Libra because I'm 51 and I think maybe 72 was the last Pluto in Virgo. So you should be Pluto in Libra. I don't think it went back into Libra once it came out after, like I think it was 71, something like that is when it went into Libra and just stayed there. And so one of my friends, she was like, yeah, Pluto and Virgo. I mean, Pluto and Libra, we got so many relationship issues because Libra is about relationships. But think about all the coaching that has come out. See, Pluto and Virgo, we are health nuts. Pluto and Libra, all this coaching. Pluto and Scorpio, that y'all are some of the biggest reading requesters out there. Even the Sagittarius, Pluto and Sag, y'all get readings too. But yeah, it sort of defines it. Pluto and Capricorn, little CEOs, baby CEOs, little kids. We see all these little kids that are having these fundraisers, raising all this money, and we say, it's so sad that they're having to do this. But that's Pluto and Capricorn. I remember hearing that a teacher say that, and I was like, makes sense. Pluto and Capricorn. But that generation might end up being hyper conservative. We have to see because Capricorn, I love Capricorn energy, but Capricorn energy is about the rules and tradition and it's about a hierarchical system. And so, but maybe they'll create a new system because Scorpio, y'all gonna come through and wreck it. Pluto and Sagittarius, y'all gonna say, this is the vision. And then hopefully Pluto and Capricorn will come through and say, all right, we'll do the building of the new vision. Yes. Pluto, yes. Okay. 73. Yep. I'm pretty sure. I have a friend that was born in 73. And I can't remember. But you can look it up. When did Pluto leave? Or when did Pluto enter Libra? Or when did it leave Virgo? And then you'll know for sure because I don't know all the years. So I'm so glad I came on because I have not been coming on live just because I've been sort of, first of all, healing my own self. Like it's a transit that I'm going through. So my stuff has just come up. Yep, your Pluto and Sag. The philosophers, the ones that will connect with everybody in the world. The Plutos and Sages, they're going to date whoever they want to date. Y'all think interracial dating or cross-cultural dating is what I like to call it, has been on the uprise. That's all they're going to do. They don't care. They will go beyond bounds. They will connect with people beyond their ethnic group, beyond their what country they live in, maybe even beyond their social economic, group. But yeah, I've been in a transit of healing. And so I also don't have a lot of energy. I posted a video the other day about my sun being transited by Neptune. And like, so I'm like, I am the most energetic person I used to be. And if I didn't know about that transit, I would be straight up depressed, because not having energy for me is not fun. But I just said, you know what? I'm going to respect the transit. And so, yeah, it's like, I want to come on and make sure I do a good job. And I haven't been doing it, but I'm glad I came on this morning. It feels so amazing. Who is this Joe Biden? Anyway, y'all, I love y'all so much. Thank you. Mwah. You'll be seeing me more. I'll be getting on this just because I'm getting some stuff taken care of and I'm getting clarity about how I want to make sure. And this video is one of those ways. Okay. But y'all, one last thing. The sun goes into Taurus. Venus is already there. The sun goes into Taurus. I think even Mercury goes into Taurus soon. So let's have some fun. Let me see here. Where is it? Yeah, Mercury goes into Taurus. 629. Woo! Mercury just went into Taurus. The sun goes into Taurus. So time to make some money. Time to love on yourself. Get out in nature and enjoy the good life. All right. But we had to do this one little last talk while we have this energy in Aries to let folks know we are here. We are here for this. All right, y'all. Channel that rage. Your rage is your friend. Your rage is your friend. Love y'all so much. And I will see y'all in the next video or somewhere on my social media. All right, y'all take care. Peace and love.